All right, welcome in a Thursday. It is Thursday.
It is Thursday, yes.
It is Thursday. And we got another game in the NBA tonight.
Yes, sir.
That's about it. Right?
Yeah, it's confusing, Eytan, and I imagine you're pretty confused because of your schedule recently, but it feels like a Friday today to me. I don't know why.
Because I think it's a short week.
Yeah.
Whenever you have a short week, it feels like as you get deeper into that short week that you're already done with it because you know it's a short week and you'll be done with it ahead of time.
Right.
So there's this mental thing where it's like, come on, man, I only have 4 days this week.
I'm already here.
Exactly. Let's keep it moving. Come on.
I only get like that. Only get like that during pay week, man. So when I know I'm getting paid, I want to hurry up and get to Friday. That's the only way I think about that. So a week is a week to me.
Short week?
Nah. It's got to be a payday. Give me that money.
So
give me that money.
So if you have 2 days off on a week, like we did, like we may have, it doesn't impact you at all. It's the same as if you have a 5-day work week.
Same as it, man.
Really?
Only when money's on the line, man. Only when money's on the line. Because I don't want to think like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want to be surprised going into that last day. Like, oh, okay, this is our last day. So I'd
be surprised when you only have 3 days of work.
3 days of work, but I'm not getting paid that day. It really doesn't make me any difference.
It's all about that cash, man.
Cash money, homie.
Right.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Now I see the column is back.
Yes.
I'm reading the column on Ben Simmons, and a trade is a win-win for both parties. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Back on there. I saw McMullen's back on there now too. So we'll be doing he's Eagles inundated, right?
Yeah.
But
well, he's Bird's 365, man. He's got to keep that brand going.
He is. Yeah, I think pushing that 365 as much as he can.
The brick wall gang.
Yeah, I don't know if he's pushing the brick wall gang by
no, that's me. I'm trying to brand it as the brick wall gang.
No, but I'm saying I don't know if he's able to push that on. I don't know if that's.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm not.
I just retweeted your column under the Philly voice.
That's pretty. Kind. That's really kind and nice of you.
It's time to move on.
Well,
right, Shander show.
I put everybody in there. I put Embiid. I put Simmons. I put Morey. I put the fans. I tried to put. Embiid, of course, represents the team. Morey represents a really bad, embattled front office over the past, since they fired Sam Hinkie, and some would argue even with Sam Hinkie. Brian Colangelo was an absolute disaster.
Yeah, he was a disaster.
Race. Yeah. The hiring.
And even Brett Brown during the few months that he was the interim GM, he was terrible.
Think about that, Harry. They went into a draft where they refused to hire somebody as a general manager / president of basketball operations, and instead mandated that the coach take over those roles. And you know what happened? Barrett Brooks, Harry Mays, Zaire Smith.
Zaire. Yeah.
That's what happened.
And tonight we'll be reminded of that. Every night that the Phoenix Suns play in this NBA Finals, and when you see Mikal Bridges putting up a 3 and hitting it or grabbing a rebound, you can always remember Zaire.
Yeah. Zaire.
Now
he's probably working at Walmart.
Dario.
Yeah, Dario.
Not going to get the song or anything with Dario. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, because Dario would be like your 8th man.
Yeah, if that.
It should have been that.
And that's where he belongs. No disrespect. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, you're still on the squad, but he wasn't a number 3 like we wanted to put him in there. We wanted to rush him into.
Right. And the 8th or 9th man on your team doesn't deserve a song. Right?
Probably.
I mean, we got Zaire. I mean, he reminds me of a Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
A 6'3" Kawhi. Yeah,
he's a 6'4" guard that plays like a forward.
Yeah.
He didn't reference specifically Kawhi Leonard.
Okay.
He specifically said Kawhi Leonard.
Did he?
Kawhi Leonard, yeah.
No,
reminds me a lot of Kawhi Leonard. You got to. Go ahead. He reminds me a lot of Kawhi Leonard.
Well,
I can't get that Bostonian attitude.
It's Australian
attitude, accent he has.
Right.
It was.
We're growing a bomber. Remember when he said that about Korkmaz? Yeah.
Unbelievable, man. See, that's what I mean. Like this front office is more than just, hey, Daryl Morey is here. Like Daryl needs to, and I'm fully confident that he's capable of it, but this front office, ever since Sam Hinkie was technically here or fired, has looked like garbage. And the ownership, as a result of it, has enabled it. So by Morey getting even like a decent return for Simmons, I think he at least starts to separate himself from this embattled, like really bad PR optics of the front office.
Yeah, you really think that he's going to be able to get rid of Ben? I don't see how he's going to do it.
Why?
Because they're all about the return right now. You know, they're looking at him. They're trying to trade an all-star, and everybody's looking at Ben Simmons is a broke commodity right now. He's broken. So I mean, I can see if he was fixed, but right now he's broken. So how are you going to get?
Well, if he was fixed, you wouldn't want to get rid of him,
right?
You said it. He's an all-star, and he's been voted in as an all-star by coaches.
Right, and so that's the way we think of him. We think of him that way.
Somebody thinks he's worth something.
No.
We'll see.
Coaches think he's an all-star. All right, we are back on a Thursday here. Took the day off yesterday, but the program is back in full effect. And I don't know, the Suns-Bucks game clouded with major injury news tonight. That the Suns will not have a key figure of a run, not this run, but an earlier run, the process. Dario ain't coming over that line tonight. I can say that.
Oh, they're shorthanded.
Big news. Like, what else is there?
That's going to really change the rotations, Eytan.
I'm telling you what's going to happen. Frank, get ready to watch some Frank Kaminsky. But here's the thing. Like, Giannis isn't even on the injury report anymore. The guy had a hyperextended knee. He was questionable, barely played in game one, and now all of a sudden he's 100% healthy.
Right, and I was reading that Giannis, when the injury happened, thought that he might miss like the whole next year. Like he was that scared about the situation.
Well, did you see it? I mean, it
didn't look good. No, it didn't look good.
That was oh my goodness.
I'm glad he's playing though. I want to see as the maximum amount of star potential you can get. I mean, we've been just inundated with injury after injury throughout this whole playoffs. Through basically every team has been hurt.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. So
it's been rough. I mean, guys are either playing through something or I mean, I guess you could look at right now Milwaukee. I mean, Phoenix did Phoenix have anything other than Chris Paul with COVID though? I guess Cam Johnson missed some time, but he'll probably actually play a little more. I imagine they'll go small tonight.
He gave him something the other night.
Yeah, Cam's good. He's local. He's from the area.
Is he really?
General area. Yeah. He's from PA.
I know he went to Carolina, right?
Moon Township.
Oh, that's out in Western PA.
Yeah.
That's near Pittsburgh.
I guess we can't claim him then.
No, we can't. Didn't he go to Carolina?
Yeah. I thought he might be from like Hellertown or something.
No.
That's a good spot to be from, man, right?
Well, that's the Lehigh Valley up there, Hellertown.
Absolutely. Or maybe York. I thought maybe York, PA.
Lehigh Valley.
Don't we have somebody in the NBA from York?
From York?
Yeah. Yeah, come on. NBA players from York, PA.
Man, where would they have gone? York Catholic? They always had a good basketball program.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Or West York?
I don't even know where York, PA is.
You don't?
No.
York
it's west of Lancaster.
South of Harrisburg.
Correct, and west of Lancaster. Yeah.
So it's like the probably fourth, right? Biggest city?
I-83 goes through there down to Baltimore. Like you go right past York.
York is like the metropolis that's in like Adams County.
Yeah.
Or I don't even think York is in Adams. York may not be.
No, it's in York County.
It's in York County, right?
Yeah, it's York
I went
County.
to Gettysburg, which is Adams County, and that's like the town that's in that area.
Right.
But it's just they produce every now and again. You'll get somebody from there. I just thought, let's see.
The Susquehanna River divides York County and Lancaster County.
There you go.
Okay. You put body water next to it. I kind of knew where you're talking about now. In fact, I think a couple football players from there.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, York will produce talent.
Yeah,
absolutely. Every now and again, you'll get somebody that pops up on the screen.
John Ritchie's from out near York.
Yeah.
He went to Cumberland Valley, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Which they had a big program for many years.
All right.
I think Miller's around that area also.
Matt Millen, he's a Lehigh Valley guy.
Oh, Lehigh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's from up around Bethlehem
Okay.
area.
I'm trying to see here. You had a couple of guys. Sam Sutton,
Never heard
Trent
of him.
Thomas. These are all basketball players. I don't know. They were in the NBA.
Oh, I tried to get Lombo on the show the other day to talk a little Giants.
Oh yeah, what did he say?
And he ghosted me for several hours. And then so I finally reached out to Jordan Runnon, and then he ghosted me. I had 2 Giant writers ghosting me. And I'm like, what is going on?
Harry, 2 Giant writers, mind you, that are Philadelphia people first before they made that switch.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And then finally Renan got back to me, said he's on vacation. He'd like to do it at a later date. And I'm like, okay, cool. Enjoy yourself. And then Lombo comes back with the same thing.
He's on vacation.
Yeah.
Man, this is brutal.
All right. Look at Joey B. Joey B. Man, I wish I could go get a tractor, man. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, he's got a lot of acres, Joey B.
I'm checking it out.
He's looking for a Mahindra or a John Deere.
Husqvarna.
Or a
Husqvarna, yeah.
Kubota.
Kubota, yeah.
Usha Kubota.
Is that what it is?
I actually rode with one of it's like a 4-wheeler type of deal, 4-wheel drive. I rode one of them yesterday. I was out playing with my boat, man, and it's this dry dock, and I go over and jump on it, and I go meet my boy. He's cut. He has 10 acres he got to cut. So 2 of the acres he cut yesterday. So I had to go. I jumped on that and went and talked to him for a minute. That's why I leave my boat at. So I went out there and he was riding around. And he said, "Man, I just pulled like 3 ticks off of me." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
ticks. Bad news nowadays.
Here's Eytan Shander,
Bad news.
Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
Had to get out of there.
All right, so we have fake news today. Jeff Parles is not on today. He was on yesterday, right?
Yes, he was in his usual spot. I had Xander just send him a link because D Gunn couldn't come on.
Right.
Yeah.
And as soon as I sent Xander a text, and within like 2 minutes, there's Parles. Boom, there he was.
Yeah.
And he was fired up,
ready to rock.
I didn't anticipate him being that fired up at all, but that's fine. Look, by all means. So we don't really have much. I don't know. You mentioned the column that I put in there and all. So that's really what we're waiting for from an NBA standpoint, is just whether or not Daryl Morey and the Sixers will be pushed to make something. And we'll see. This is such an early stage of anybody getting traded. A big trade like with Ben Simmons, and we anticipate 2 other teams, is going to take some time. It's not just going to happen overnight. Every now and again you get one of these crazy stories that happens. Yeah, the Vikings, Mike Zimmer called me up at 11:58 at night. That stuff doesn't usually happen.
Well, what does your gut tell you, Eytan, as to whether something will happen? Yes or no?
Here's what I think personally. I think as much crap and heat, rightfully so, as we laid on the shoulders of Doc Rivers for that awful, just inexcusable postseason exit, he has a good set of eyes when it comes to looking at talent and understanding what fits. I think Doc did a really good job of fitting together a puzzle in Boston. That wasn't easy. We just look back and say, oh yeah, those guys won. That wasn't an easy team to build around and to make work. I think Doc has done it in LA. I don't think that he's done it successfully like he did in Boston since, but my point being is that my belief is that Daryl Morey and Doc Rivers, if they haven't already, are going to have a man-to-man, meaning it's 2 people just sitting down, right? It's not, hey, I'm your boss. It's nothing like that. It's just 2 people sitting down and saying, what did you see this year? Yeah. And Doc's going to come back and say, they don't work. They don't fit. And at that
point, together on the floor do not fit.
That's my gut. Now, I could be wrong. I'd be more than happy to admit that I'm wrong. But I think Doc was using this year to gauge the 2 of them fitting, because both of you have been in worlds, be it sports media or the sports world, where a new person comes in and doesn't have any attachment to the previous regime.
Oh, that's happened many times, Eytan.
Thank you.
Yes.
And Barrett shaking his head too. No,
absolutely.
The NFL.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So Morey has the the ability now to separate himself from the ownership that is attached to Ben, and Doc has the same thing as well. So that's my point in all of this, to answer your question, Harry, is there
I'm
may
with
not
you.
be a better time, to be honest, than trading him now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they've come to that decision too, from a basketball perspective, and whether they can get it done for something that they deem reasonable return. I don't know, but I think they'd like to move on from him. Is really where they're at. But you talk about us going through similar situations. I remember when let's see, which program director was this? Was this number 2, 3, or 4? I think it was number 4 came in, and there was a couple of months that went by where he's sitting back evaluating, and it was the Eagles parade actually that day when we did those live broadcasts from down off Broad Street. I got a message, like a phone call and a voicemail from the PD at the time, saying that just congratulating me on the day, and that he's really been sort of taking the show in, and he just wanted to say that you're a really good broadcaster. In other words, what he was telling me is he had serious doubts when he first got the gig as to why in the world I was even there.
Amazing.
Isn't it great?
Like
it was a shock to him.
No, it was almost like he was talking to others like, hey man, you got to get rid of this guy, Harry.
Yeah, I don't know about this Harry guy. I mean, I'm really.
So then he comes in and figures out, oh, well, I'm glad I made my own analysis.
Got some
on who
ability.
Yeah,
I never knew this.
That's crazy, man. I had coaches come in and do the same thing.
Yeah,
exact same thing, bro. Exact same thing. You come in, that Brooks guy. You know what? Big Red did the same thing to me. Comes right in. I'm gonna give him the family discount. I'm gonna give him the hometown discount. Yeah, I'm gonna take less money. No, I'm sending you to Detroit.
Right. Think about the three of us here in our worlds that we lived in. Me and Eytan are in the same world, and Barrett has a totally different world. But how many of our previous bosses spent time considering replacing us? How much time was spent thinking about, I got to get rid of this Eytan guy. I got to get Harry. I got to get him out of here. Barrett, I can't wait to hit the eject button on that tackle.
Right. We can get somebody cheaper in.
Right. Cheaper, younger, and better.
Right.
Yeah. From a football standpoint, yes, cheaper, younger, better.
Right.
In our world, it's more just like cheaper / somebody who will do it for free.
Right.
That's basically it. Like, that's cheaper in sports media, is somebody who will just do it for free.
These two guys want a raise. No, we ain't giving no raises.
Right. Yeah. I wish you would say 3% raise again this year.
Right.
And that's the nature of how business is, man. But looking at Ben, man, I mean, you were right on that. I mean, if they could sit down and have a real conversation, not like, just like you said, like, all right, I'm paying you, or, I'm your boss. Go in there like, all right, man, this is what I saw. What did you see?
Mm-hmm. And
they have to break it down. I mean, it's hard for those two guys to exist in the same world because, number one, Ben, he likes to take it to the cup. He's not going to shoot. He's not going to shoot a jumper. So who's down there all the time? Embiid. So it messes up his mix. It just brings another defender into the box.
Yeah.
He can't pull anybody off of him because he's not going to shoot, so they can just sag off of him and stay with Embiid. So, I mean, those are things that just, you just have to be logical about it, unless he gets fixed.
Right.
But we've been, what is this, year 4 or 5 for him? He's supposed to have been fixed.
It's not coming anytime soon, which is, again, I don't think that he's unfixable, Barrett. I just think by the time he's ready to roll, Embiid, it's not even so much the window will be closed, because we talked about this earlier in the week. It's just you might lose 2 years of that window waiting for Simmons to just catch up. And I don't want to wait.
Yeah.
I don't want to wait.
We've been waiting.
But look. But if you look at that situation, this is the first year that he feels like he's broke. This is the first year he admitted that he's broke.
Yeah.
He used to be smug about it, be like, what?
He's been ultimately shamed.
Right.
Yeah.
This is the first time he ever admitted it.
Remember, this was, I think now, counting the bubble, was it 2 or 3 years ago, they lose to Boston in the second round. I think they beat Miami, right? Then lose to Boston that year. And Simmons, like always, looks amazing in these first round series because he's taking advantage of the talent discrepancy, and rightfully so. And then all of a sudden it gets into those tighter rounds and we see the problem. That's when the hack of Simmons started, right? Back then, around then.
Right.
And he was pressed on it. And basically, to Barrett's point, was not even dismissive. He was flippant about even being asked. How dare you ask me about
right.
free throws? Well, come on, asking me about this hack of Simmons stuff.
Didn't I just play an All-Star?
I'm already an All-Star. Why do I need to work on my game?
Right.
You know,
that's crazy, man. But at least he sees now that he has a fault in his game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's actually 2 faults: not shooting a jumper and free throws. Those 2 things got to be at least one of them.
Free throws.
If he can fix free throws,
that's it.
Yeah, it gives you an opportunity then, to drive to the hole and get fouled, and you can shoot a free throw. He finally found a kink in his armor, and now he's looking like, all right, maybe I need to change now. Now, will he change? I don't think the Sixers can afford to wait.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, I see the stream is saying a lot about Simmons and it being at Wimbledon. I did not see that. I know he was there, and I guess he was, caught on camera, with his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Did you see this? Any you got? Because I didn't see it.
I can't believe that this. Look, the only time that I've ever mentioned anything about Simmons or really anybody else as far as like who or what they're doing off the floor with somebody else in context of play, because if you're out there running through Tinder, or if you're out there, with your wife traveling everywhere in the off season, I don't give a rat's ass, right? It's not taken away. Simmons is not going to be fixed. My point being is if he wasn't at Wimbledon that weekend, as opposed to in the gym. Yeah. But what I do think is hilarious is that he was the only celebrity / athlete who tried to wife the Jenner.
Mm-hmm.
The only one.
Right.
That's concerning to me.
Totally. And I told you guys that mansion that he bought is in Hidden Hills, and it's a private community where she lives.
Yes.
Come on, man. He
spent $17 million to stalk her.
That's
sunshine, man.
Barrett,
sunshine.
You know what that is? Manifested in the game. That's passing up a dunk and kicking it out. Like, that's how soft. I mean, you can't be that. Like, that's all I'm saying. No, I don't have
She got juice. She got juice. Sunshine. That's what it is, man. I mean, he got whipped, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Because even what's her name, Jamma or whatever, they kind of favor the Jenner girl in her favor a little bit.
So he has a type, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It's a definite
nothing
type.
wrong with that.
He was trying to wife the only person that he could not wife, and she was just like, "What are you talking about? I'm in an open relationship with you."
Right. Well, and she has some say so because she makes way more than he does.
No. That's the other one. That's the other Jenner, who's the bazillionaire makeup queen.
Yeah, you're talking.
That's the different one.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was with the one who is now she's not poor by any stretch.
Right. The one that's not making her own money.
Right. She's
all right. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, you can't be trying to wipe a Jenner and expect me to
respect you.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is the anti. Remember when, who was it? It was probably some idiot like Cowherd, right? Who just didn't have anything to prep for that day. So he decided to go on a tangent about Joey Garoppolo dating a porn star.
Yeah, I remember that.
He couldn't trust his decision-making on the field because of his decision.
No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
That's a total Cowherd move.
It definitely, somebody, I guarantee you Google that.
Yes.
Somebody, I think it was Cowherd. And as Harry said, it's such a Cowherd bag thing to do.
It really is.
This is where the only time I would ever apply it with Simmons would be I can't trust his decision making on the floor if he's out here trying to wipe a Jenner.
Yeah, I'm with you. I totally am. But then you got to figure out a way to bring Google or Amazon into the conversation to make it full Cowherd.
Oh, right.
The analogy to Silicon Valley.
Yeah, something.
Right.
The CEO of Amazon isn't going to go out with a porn star. He's not dating Christy Canyon.
Right.
You on fire, man.
Yes.
You can't wife him, man. Even Kanye got whipped and got took to the ringer. So Kanye thought he could do it. He can't do it, man.
Well, here's the thing, though. She to somewhat of a middle ground to your point, Barrett. Kim Kardashian, she wasn't like bouncing around every week. Now
No.
she would have a new beau, don't get me wrong, but this wasn't like every other day you would see her photographed at the club with somebody new and all that.
She was married to Chris Humphries for like what 90 days or something.
Yeah,
I forget.
yeah.
I think that was the exception, but she was with other people, but not like as far as like I forget, it's Kendall Jenner, right? Who he was trying to wife. Like she was with people all the time. You know, he'd be talking about wifing her up one day, and then the next day there are pictures of her sitting on some, I don't know, soccer player's lap in a club in Belize.
Making out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like, I'm just saying from Ben's standpoint, like, you got to realize that she's not into the whole monogamy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can try to wife her as a decision-making move that, you know.
Yeah, it's very questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's a character flaw.
It's a difference between bouncing a relationship and leaving a relationship as opposed to bouncing around every other day and not committing to who you're with.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. You can't.
You're saying there's a little less tread on that tire, man.
Barrett, let her live her life.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all for it. I'm just saying you can't try and put a ring on that one.
Right.
She's not. Yeah. I mean, it's like trying to force it's like trying to force Boban Marjanovic to shoot threes the whole time. He's like, keep passing him the ball and shoot threes. Like, no, man.
It's like a timeshare. She's a timeshare.
Can't get out of
them. And you can't get out of them, but you don't marry them. Like you don't live in the timeshare all the time.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
You got to share that timeshare.
That's marrying the Kendall Jenner. You just
exactly
timeshare that stuff.
All right, we got to take a quick one. It's the middle, all here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Like, share, subscribe, and on Sports Map Radio.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
In the Wildwoods, our free beaches are spacious and welcoming with plenty of room to spread out. Your seat will be waiting for you when you're ready to visit. The Wildwoods, creating cherished family memories for generations.
Attention women of South Jersey and the Delaware Valley. Sign up right now with Our Lady NRA instructor Nayara Andrzak, who will teach you gun safety as part of this 3-hour safety class, which is being held at Delaware Valley Sports Center in Philadelphia. For information, drop an email to info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. That's info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. Learn the fundamentals at Delaware Valley Sports Center. You can't miss.
Are you looking for a place to track your action, purchase picks, and share your sports betting analysis with the gambling community? Check out Book It Sports, a social media platform with an unparalleled experience catered for the sports betting community. On the Book It Sports app, you can track all your NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks while getting real-time updates and injury reports all in one convenient place. Start building your following today and stand out amongst your friends by downloading the Book It Sports app on the Apple and Google Play stores. Let's cash some tickets and put it on Book It.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at IBEW98.org.
Man, you ever, what's that?
Loving that, man. You were on fire this last segment, man. You were on fire. She's with Booker now, so she's going with a championship.
There doesn't seem to be a curse on him. You know, Seems to be doing fine.
Oh, man,
Right.
nice retweet from Kyle Newbeck.
Oh,
I hate to do it to you, Harry, but you know Newbeck. Do you have any audio? I didn't get the prep sheet. Did you?
I didn't either.
I think just
Just
habit of not sending it
Barrett
yesterday.
Brooks and Harry May.
Now, I believe, wait a second. I believe that Ron Culver is off today and Sean Mapes is in the house. Is that right, Sean?
That is correct.
Okay. So,
Mapes, what's up, bro?
yes.
What's going on, guys?
Anything you'd like to add to the program so far? Did we miss anything in the first segment?
No, I think you really nailed it with your take on time sharing the Kardashians/Jenners. That's really some A-plus stuff, and it's probably the biggest doubt I have with the Phoenix Suns is Devin Booker's off the court line.
Oh, man. Here
But
we
is he
are.
trying to wife her up though?
No,
I think he's just taking it for what it is and enjoying the ride.
Ride, Harry.
Yeah, exactly.
He's enjoying that ride.
Yeah.
Then never mind, Suns and 4.
Suns and 4 guy, man. Where is he? We need to get that guy on the show.
No.
Yeah, you never lie.
Somebody he had some after party. Like I saw this. Somebody tweeted this out the other night. As soon as I saw this, I'm like, all right, I'm out. I am completely 100% out. The Suns and 4 guy was actually hosting some sort of after party. Following all right, here it is. The association tweets this out. I don't know. The NBA's biggest stories, trends, and personalities. No idea what this is, but Suns and 4 guy Nick McKellar is hosting an official Game 1 after party tonight. And he was hosting it, sounds by Convince, at the Riot House, Suns and 4, at Suns and 4, Nick McKellar. Dude, I'm out. Like, I may not watch the rest of the series as a result of this.
What?
Yeah, I'm out. I don't need this in my life. I don't need this.
Well, I didn't even know it was in my life, and I'm watching this series. So why would you let that disrupt your viewership? This is all we got until football starts.
No, now I'm aware. They say ignorance is bliss for a reason, Harry, because once you're no longer ignorant, you're miserable. With intelligence comes misery.
Well, you know me. I'm ignorant to a lot of things. I just choose to not let them filter into my life. And it is
You're good at that. You're great at that, man. You know,
Yeah.
that's one of the traits that I admire about you, Harry. You know what I'm saying? That you're just not going. If you don't feel like being bothered with it, damn it, you're not bothered.
It's not going to enter my filter. Filters all that stuff out.
Sometimes I care too much, man, and that's a problem. I care too much sometimes.
It's painful to care, Barrett. It hurts. It hurts.
I get too involved with things, man. That's the problem, man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm lucky I never saw that Jenner girl, man. I mean, up close and personal, bro. I'm glad I didn't, man.
I tell you, you know, if I was Kanye, I would have done the same thing though with KK.
Yep.
There's a lot there to like.
No question.
I mean?
And he was a different human being, man.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, and remember the scene where they first see that dude that they've been looking for like 10 years from Brooklyn and Get Out, and he's wearing like the gear and everything. He's just not who he is. That's what Kanye was for like 2 years. And again, I'm not saying right or wrong, whatever. I'm saying he was a complete and total departure of who Kanye West was before he started dating. And then
there was a transformation made. There's no question about it. Yeah.
Bro, he went from being the college dropout to scared, right? I mean, he's stark raving mad now. He's rich, but there's something wrong with him, bro.
What's he doing right now?
I don't know. I'm just glad he's not running for president anymore.
Well, you never know.
He's dating some other very interesting looking woman.
Yeah. She's too little though. He needs something a little more meat, like KK.
Yeah, this girl doesn't have enough meat on the bone. Is that what you're saying?
No, she's too little. She's way too little, man.
Is this some of a personal preference coming out here, or are you speaking strictly for Kanye?
No, absolutely. You need more to that. There needs to be more to that.
Watch out. Watch out.
Yeah. THICC, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You catch him with Suns and 4 guy.
Right. Dude, hey, he was whooping that dude's tail, bro.
We need the Suns and 4 guy, the Cash Me Outside. How about that?
I love that guy.
And one of the rappers now who's a cat. I don't know, the Doja Cat, whatever the hell it is, right? That's what we need. Just put them all in a room and give them a television show. All right.
What about the Bagel Boss? I see the Bagel Boss being mentioned on the screen. Remember him?
Yeah, of course. Bagel Boss was hype, man.
Yeah.
Bagel Boss got thrown out for his bigoted stuff, right?
Right.
Wasn't that the guy who was thrown out for being?
He was like 4'10".
Yeah, and I don't understand why nobody just visit. Like, you got a 4'10" guy
making all this noise.
Just
I get it now. Okay, yeah.
Just stomp on that guy.
Throw him out like they did with Jazz and the Fresh Prince, man.
He's like 4'11".
Treat him like an annoying insect, you know?
Just get out of here.
He was screaming like he was a made man or something, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
They might as well put those Paul guys in there too.
Oh.
Jake Paul and who's the other one?
Yeah, Logan.
He and his brother.
Logan Paul. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And did you see after the fight, he and Mayweather like became just tight and cool, letting everybody know, yeah, we got you all. We made you guys buy the fight.
There's an amazing. I got to find this because I won't be able to do it justice. We're going to break anyway on Sports Map, but we'll be live here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Make sure you are liking, subscribing to what we're doing here. We don't ask much. We're broadcasting live from the Fritz and B and Cooley Law Studio. If you know someone who suffered a personal injury, contact Brian Fritz directly, a tough lawyer for a tough town. The middle here is sponsored by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Get yours now. Go to steersnacks.com. I won't have time to find it and tell the story at the same time, but I'll let you know what it is. It's to your point, Barrett, crazy what Floyd Mayweather can do in a boxing ring, and we saw that if anybody dared to watch that fight back in 3 on the network. So it's basically like I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be. I mean, it's like we've seen the match, right? If anybody watched the match or the previous match, there was a moment in which Peyton Manning was eyeing a putt up, and Tiger Woods went over to him and said, "Do this and then do that," and hit it like 65%. And as Peyton Manning was bringing his club back and coming through on it, Tiger walked away. He didn't even watch the putt because he knew that he followed exactly what he did, and the putt sank. It was like a 50. You remember that, Harry, right?
Yeah, totally.
18-foot putt downhill. It was not easy by any means. And Tiger's not even watching it. He's just walking away like it's good. You know, when somebody hits the 3 and it's like, oh, yeah, Steph, he's good. So if you have to find this video, but there were a couple of times in which Floyd Mayweather almost put Paul to sleep, but woke him up with another punch. Like he was mastering that fight and basically allowing Paul to just ride, just basically being like, yo, man, just follow my lead, follow my lead. All you need to do is just stand up, throw a couple of punches. And there were a couple of times in which Mayweather knew that he got Paul and had to hug right away. Like, who gets somebody right about to fall asleep and then hugs? Because Mayweather knew he had to keep Paul up and he had to keep that fight going. It would look. I hate Mayweather as an individual human being, but that was masterful in the ring. Like,
well, that's kind of like what World Wrestling is. You know, there's a scripting, and the guys talk to one another when they're up against the ropes, and they're telling, "This is what I'm going to do. Just do this," or follow me here. I'm gonna, and it's an orchestration. It's like. It's like a dance. It's like a dance.
So think about it. If Barrett is now wrestling, but it's his first time out there, and he had maybe 2 weeks of training, and the big show is wrestling Barrett.
Yeah.
And Barrett, you've taken contact, hits and all that from the NFL, but you don't know what the hell you're doing.
Right.
But he's leading you and doing everything it was insane. Insane to see that.
Well, at the end of the day, man, they made a whole lot of money on a fake fight, and then they turned right about and just laughed in everybody's face.
Yeah,
just laughed in their face.
Oh,
man.
It wasn't a good fight. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that.
No, they laughed in everybody's face because at the end of the fight, like a couple days later, they're on a selfie, talking about oh, we did this, we did that. You guys, he's gonna be one of Mayweather's fighters or something. Like, come on, how is this working? How are we letting this happen?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How is this happening like this? I mean, he's just going to throw it in our face like, all right, we got you.
Right. And I figured that it's like, I keep going back to wrestling because I was a kid and I really liked wrestling, in the 70s. Right. And then my dad, it was in Reading, PA. There was the hotel there. It's still there, called the Abe Lincoln Hotel. And he worked right across the street. So he'd go there for lunch every now and then. And one day he comes home and he tells me that George the Animal Steele and, Bruno San Martino were sitting there having lunch together. And I'm like, well, no, wait a second. One's a heel and the other guy's the champ and a good guy. And that's when I realized, like, as a 14, 13-year-old kid, that this is all fake. Like, these guys all are friends.
It's hilarious, man. It's so wild that you have a story like that, because I was now real quick, for those of us who are just rejoining us on Sports Map Radio, we did mention this moment in the, of all things, Mayweather-Paul fight, where Mayweather was just masterful. And Harry equated that with wrestling, and it got into a conversation. And you just gave an example of the first time, and you could just briefly recap it, but the first time in which you realized that this was fake. This was not two individuals who genuinely hate each other. It was all for show.
It's when they, like, once a month they'd come to the Hamburg Field House and do, put on an event. Yeah. And some of it got to the TV and some was not. But regardless, I was in on it, and I'd watch it every Saturday. And my dad comes home one, particular Wednesday and said, yeah, I was having lunch at the Abe Lincoln today, which is a hotel right across from where he worked. And George the Animal Steele was sitting at a table with Bruno San Martino and Bobo Brazil. And I'm like, what? How's that? George the Animal Steele hates Bruno San Martino. I'm like a 12, 13-year-old kid, right? I'm like, no. One's a bad guy. The other guy's a good guy. And that's when it kind of dawned on me that, wait a second. These guys are all buddies. That's right. Exactly right. There's no Santa Claus.
It's exact. Yes. Yeah. That's it, man.
Right.
Their headquarters, I believe they still are, in Stamford, Connecticut.
Yes, they are.
And my mom moved out of New York when I was younger and lived in Greenwich and then Stamford, Connecticut for a little bit. She's still up in that area now. So we would see, there's a pretty famous mall called the Stamford Mall. And we would see every now and again, you'd be in the mall and there's Hulk Hogan, or there's Sergeant Slaughter, or, there's Ultimate Warrior, whoever it may be. Just like, now they're not in costume, but seeing Hulk Hogan go up in the coconuts, tell me, brother, you got that new VHS in? Or that was life. Right. And to your point, there was a time in which, remember, there was that big battle where Sergeant Slaughter was going up against Hulk Hogan. And for some reason, Sergeant Slaughter turned Iraqi, right? Didn't he turn? Like,
yeah, I forget.
Yeah, something along those lines. And 2 days or 3 days later, there was this big thing in the Stamford Advocate about how they were seen hanging out in the Stamford Mall, like A&W or something. And it was just like this big thing, to your point about, man, these guys, Sergeant Slaughter really isn't a pro Saddam Hussein, maniac who hates Hulk Hogan.
Right. Well, wasn't it Sergeant Slaughter was up against the Sheik for a long time, right? Wasn't that the battle at first?
Then he joined sides.
Oh, okay. So he flipped. He turned heel.
Yeah, this guy had a whole reputation, right? I mean, this is like coming out, like Lars Ulrich coming out with a rap album. Like, what? You're a drummer of a metal band, and now you're going to come out, your individual stuff is a rap. Like, he completely flipped and turned heel to the point where he was like waving the Iraqi flag. Now, again, this is during the whole Kuwait-Iraq war.
Sure,
right?
This was in the 80s.
Exactly. So I think it was early 90s.
Late 80s, early 90s, yeah.
And that's rough, man. That is rough. Just to see that realization. Now, you see these Danny Green's getting lit up.
Yeah, what's the story here? Did he say something about the fan base? Is that?
Yeah. There's a lot of finger pointing. All right. So this is from the John Clark podcast, and I'll read you a couple of excerpts here. Do you think, this is John, of course, do you think the crowd in Philly can have an effect on someone like Ben in those moments, free throws, pressure moments? Green, for sure, it has an effect on everybody, and I think that's something that needs to change in the city. I love our fans, but when things aren't going well, they can't turn on you. That's the one thing I would disagree with or dislike. Some guys use it as motivation. Some guys have a chip on their shoulder, but I think that needs to change. They need to be riding with us regardless of how things are going. We're the number one team in the East, still playing well. Some games they'll boo us. That's part of the culture here, part of their way of showing they love us. But with a guy like Ben and other guys, I think they need to stick behind them and stick by them as long as they can until the horn blows. And even then, he's here. He's given so much to the organization and the city on and off the court. that he deserves that respect and support.
See, Danny Green is Johnny come lately. He hasn't been here long enough to know how this fan base has made excuse after excuse after excuse for Ben Simmons' shortcomings. And now they've had it. Now they've seen it, point blank, as Barrett likes to say. This was a team that was capable of going to the NBA Finals. There was a freeway to the finals with all these injuries, and Ben Simmons is probably the biggest reason that they are not in the NBA Finals. And they've had it.
Yep. I mean, he just messed up. Now he won't be back here next year.
Well, he's probably not coming back anyway.
Maybe he knows, Barrett.
Yeah, he knows.
We're not having it.
Right.
That's not something you say expected to be welcomed back game one at home, right?
That's that Molotov cocktail that you throw into the picture window as you're driving away. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
If he had any chance of getting signed back now, it's over. It's over. You don't tell us how to be fans. Who are you?
Right.
Who the hell are you? Get out of here.
Another thing too, right? And you're right. If this guy, like nobody on this team or nobody associated with this team who was here when Markelle Fultz was drafted through the time in which he was given an ovation just for playing, has any single individual right to criticize the fan base here. Markelle Fultz was, for the most part, not everybody, but for the most part, vocally supported, physically supported down there. Right. Cheers, ovations after a three. People as crazy and as negative and as bad as a reputation as we may get at times, the whole thing with Fultz and the patience of it, even with Embiid, you had some idiots who needed to fill 4 hours, Mikey, on a radio show and question if they should have drafted Embiid. But from injury to just, okay, we get it, the process. Think about what the definition of patience would be. And I see that Harry hand, so I'll stop.
No, but you're absolutely right. And it wasn't even just a Markelle Fultz or Ben Simmons made basket. It was an attempted basket or an attempted three by Markelle Fultz would get an ovation.
Correct.
That's where the level it got to.
It went from being an injury to all in his head. Remember, it was his shoulder, said his shoulder was hurt first.
Yeah.
Then it was just in his head. What? Come on, man. We've been patient enough. This was our time, man. You see how easy a walk it is to get to the finals this year? And we just screwed it all up, man. Screwed it all up.
I got to look at Markelle Fultz's stats down in Orlando because I've totally forgotten about him.
Hey, look, he was serviceable at times, and then he kind of faded off. But that team is trash.
Yeah, they are. Right.
It's hard to really maneuver around. I don't know.
He came in for LaMelo Ball for a while, didn't he?
When
he's out, when he was hurt, when Ball was hurt.
No, he's in Orlando.
So he was with the Matt. He did come in for somebody though.
Not Ball. But,
no, you're right. It was somebody else.
Who was that?
Wait, he only played 8 games this past season.
Yeah, I think he was hurt, right?
It must have been. I mean, he played 72 games the previous year. 8 games in 2021. He would play 27 minutes a game and average in those games and averaged 12.9 points per game, 5.4 assists. So, I mean, that's serviceable. You're right. That's a good definition or a good description, I should say. But what was his injury? Is it back to the same thing that he was suffering from here?
I don't know.
Man, he only played in 33 games in his Sixers career.
Wow.
And averaged 7.7 points per game, 3.4 assists. Number 1 pick in the draft. Unbelievable.
We had 2 of those, right?
Yeah.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
now
wild.
Ash is saying on the stream that he tore his knee up.
Oh, this year?
That's what he's saying. So
that's not good, man.
No.
Bunch of injury. That's a lot of tread on a tire. That's just not that good.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm sweating this bet out here in Wimbledon right now.
What do you got? Now, did you have action on the 3 Lions yesterday in the big soccer match?
Yeah, I was really disappointed in that because England was out there celebrating like they won the damn World Cup.
I know.
They beat the Wizards in overtime. Please.
I know.
Like settle down here.
Yeah.
It was such an anticlimactic thing to see the Brits out in the street. Lambo, I think, or no, Jake Asman put a video out of his buddy who lives in London or England, maybe London proper, and was like, "Oh, they're all going crazy." Come on,
yeah.
You beat a bad, and
this isn't Team USA beating Russia in 1980 in the semifinals. Right.
That should have been. It was a brutal goal they let up, and that game should have been won in regulation. And yes, I'm upset that my 2 plays didn't hit.
And even the penalty that they called was iffy. I mean, that was very, very debatable.
Harry Kane, man of the match. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up and win a game in regulation like you're built to be. This big, badass England team, and you need extra time.
And the keeper gave up a juicy rebound, and that's how he got beat.
Yeah, awful. No, and then look, they've had these clean slates, 10 of 11, and all these big things coming in. No, the one thing that I was happy about last night that didn't make sense, and this is why you always have to kind of look around for stuff, but this didn't make any sense to me at all last night. So I pounded Chicago. The Cubs were plus 125 at home, only plus 125 at home. And I say only because they had lost 11 straight coming into that game last night, taking on a Phillies team that's won 4 of 5 and just pounded the crap out of Jake Arrieta. How are they only plus 125? Books were telling me something, so I jumped on Chicago last night. That was the one that kind of offset my day on the pitch.
Okay.
Not a good day on the pitch.
Well, now they got Italy on Sunday at 3 o'clock.
I'm out.
Championship. You're out on that?
I'm out. I don't need to see these jokers running around celebrating for 12. It was like 20 straight minutes of both sides just playing slow and passive and B mode. I don't want to see B mode soccer. Come on. You want to see B mode football? Right? I don't think I can say, like,
no, I know,
like a B, right?
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to put Sean in a tough spot here. He's
right.
That's it. No, I'm out. England ruined it for me.
Did you see or did you hear about the kerfluffle about John Sterling?
Oh, I have that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have that.
We should play that next hour.
All right, let's do that. Oh, we can play that whatever you want.
Because I know Asman was talking about it. I was listening to Asman's show on the YouTube channel, and he was talking about it
today.
What's that?
Was that show prep for today?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that.
That's one thing about
I
Harry.
enjoy Asman's show.
Yes. Oh, no. I wasn't ripping him. I was saying for you more so. Like,
right.
Out of there.
And I even weigh in on the stream for Asman. I give him show content.
That is beautiful. I have to say, I look, I'm not often ahead of the game, and it wasn't just me. But remember, this was years ago. I was still at IP and FAN and working at Sirius. This is before I started coming back and working with you at 97.5. So I was up at the Sirius newsroom doing updates, and we would there would be 3 or 4 people a shift cutting up audio, and it would constantly be, hey, Philly's home run call is in, or the touchdown call is in, whatever it may be, calls in. You could use them on your updates, and it was a running joke at the time how many bad calls John Sterling would have. It is gone, and it's like caught at the warning track.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's caught. It looked like it was, he was doing this a decade ago.
I beg your pardon.
A decade ago.
Susan.
Oh my God, it's Roger Clemens. All right, we got to take a quick one here. We're back in 3. It's the middle across the board. You want to hear it?
Here is Judge. Man, the breaking ball is hit in the air to deep left. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Unfortunately, that was a replay of the home run, but it was a good replay.
Well, see, you got to understand, he's not there. That game's in Seattle. He's calling it from a studio back in New York or North Jersey or something.
But he still has the live feed. Like Fransky and these guys doing the radio, TV, they're getting the closed circuit feed. They're not
right
off of the Yes Network feed.
Well, true, but they were showing a replay of the call that he made a few innings ago of an actual home run by Judge, a Judgian blast.
Right.
So he thought he hit a second one, but what they were doing is showing the replay of the first one.
Yeah.
I hate to do it to you.
I hate to do it. That's what I would have said if I'm Susan Waldman. I hate to do it to you, John.
Oh, I hate to do it to you. That's another one by Judge. It was a replay by Judge. Oh, my God. It was a replay. Can you imagine? That's your broadcast crew?
Yes.
Really? Is that?
I know.
They're both Hall of Famers.
Right.
But from a subjective standpoint, no thank you. God, no.
I know. And you know who I really like is the guy that does the Met games. Does he still do them? Because I don't listen to him. But Cohen.
Oh.
Gary Cohen. Gary Cohen.
Gary Cohen, yeah. No,
He's great.
I don't know if he's still doing it.
He was great.
I don't know. He's great. He was. Look, I think there are a lot of really good announcers. It's just John Sterling is, for me, unequivocally the worst. Like, I am comfortable standing by that statement that he is the worst play-by-play broadcaster in baseball.
Did you ever like his shtick? No.
Belly to belly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all
back to back and belly to belly.
The only thing that's missing is a John Gruden accent.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, I'm back to back, belly to belly, man.
Well, no, but wait a second, though. Like, we all kind of liked Zoomoff's zooisms.
Yeah, we do.
Here locally. I'm sure he probably was made fun of, by a lot of people around the league or fans of other teams. Like, what is this guy? This is corny. No?
I don't know. Do you have a list of the zooisms again?
I'd have to go back to Crossing Broad. I think Kevin Kincaid's written about 49 articles since then.
Yeah, all lists.
He is very busy.
Yeah, ways to improve, fill in the blank. 16 ways to improve the middle.
Yeah. Is that one of his articles?
Not yet, but it should be. Number 1, replace Shander.
You should recommend that.
All you got to do is send him a text.
I know.
Okay, here you go.
This is The Middle on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, winding down here this first hour. And second hour here. We're going to have to figure out what to do here. Are you, we have Sean in for Ron, so I forgot about that. And normally we have fake news. Now, Sean is more than capable. We just need to tell him kind of what direction we want to go in. That's all.
Right. I mean, Sean's done this before, though, hasn't he?
Yeah. Are you all right doing that, or what do you think?
Yeah, I can do fake news with Ron. Basically two truths and a lie. Just
yes.
Give me a direction. Tell me to jump, and I'll say how high. All right.
Well, Ron always kind of develops themes. I don't think we need a theme today.
No.
Yeah, no. I'm planning on doing a theme.
That's too much work.
I mean, for real.
Yeah.
Ron's taught me well.
Right.
Oh. Whoa.
Can I also say something really quick? Like, is Danny Green completely without any sense of self-awareness? This is a basketball team that blew 18 and 26-point leads.
At home.
Yeah. Are you expecting people to sit on their hands or continue to cheer you? Look, this is the mentality that we, the three of us, and I know others, rail against. It's what I'm fearing with my soon-to-be 8 to 10-year-old son who's going to play a game that I won't recognize because everybody gets an at-bat, and there's no winners, and there's all this.
Everybody gets a trophy, even though you lose.
Sit on my ass and not say a word because my mom said if I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all when my team is blowing a 26-point lead at home? Barrett, that's absurd.
This is a guy that spent too much time in winning environments in San Antonio where they're just happy to have a team. And oh, by the way, they were a really good team for a long period of time. And then he goes, to the Lakers and wins another championship.
Yes.
And he was in Toronto when they won. Was he in Toronto on the team that won?
Yep. He should have a third. He should have like a fourth ring because this should have been the Sixers' year.
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous, man, that we're even talking about this. We're totally blowing the narrative, man.
Back in 3. Yeah.
We're totally blowing the narrative that they lost at home 3 times to a team that I really feel as though they could have beat, man. They could have beat them. I mean, they're up by 18, up by 20, and they're still losing.
26.
20. That's right, 26. And they're still losing
Yeah.
to these teams.
They stink, man.
I mean, everybody's just talking about Ben right now, but we should be talking more about the Sixers, period.
Right.
Now
Well,
I got to
have to say this. I am in a very difficult position right now, though,
Why?
when it comes to being critical of the Sixers. I have to admit.
In
No.
what way?
Yesterday, I'm going to put a tweet out of this because we didn't have time to do it yet. But yesterday, I opened up a blue package that's technically a shoebox, and it has the Sixers logo on it. And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe my wife ordered something, or maybe I at 3 a.m. instead of going to fill in the blank app, a casino to play slots at 3 a.m., whatever it may be. I opened this thing up, and it's from the Sixers, and it's like a baby gift pack. It's awesome.
Oh,
It's amazing.
oh, so you think you could be bought?
No, not think. I have been.
Oh my God!
Now, I'll rip Ben Simmons. I'll rip Ben Simmons to the day is done, because I know of all the things I do know, he was not responsible for that. It could be somebody in the front office down to somebody in marketing. I think I have an idea.
Marketing.
Yeah, I think I have an idea of who it was. And
so you can't rip Doc Rivers?
No. I can rip decision making. Now I sound like Andy Bloom at one of these old WIP meetings where it's like, you can't say anything negative about the Philadelphia Eagles because they pay us.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
I'm looking at this here, and I got 3 onesies. Dude, they sent me a newborn Joel Embiid jersey. All right. I got a hoodie from my wife. I got a cool white Sixers hat. This was awesome. No. I'm pro Sixers now. You guys rip whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm abstaining from this conversation.
All right. Now I got a tweet here, and so did you, Eytan, from AJ at Hubba_Hubba. He says, my comments aren't showing up in the stream. Who canceled me?
I don't have any role on that.
Me either.
Me neither.
I don't know. He was canceled.
Who's this?
We don't. I
AJ.
don't subscribe to cancel culture. Now,
No, me either.
Trolls and idiots, but he's neither of those.
Wow.
Wait a second. He's not. It's not showing up on the YouTube page.
On the YouTube stream, he's saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him on there.
I remember seeing him on there in the past.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah.
To quote Sal, right?
Uh-oh.
What? We don't know. Like, somebody needs to get to the bottom of this, man. Did he say something or do something? Now, look, did he say or do something to get banned by YouTube?
Maybe.
AJ wasn't that type of guy, though.
I'm looking at Kevin Kincaid tweeted a half hour ago, Danny Green's comments are effing annoying. I don't want to hear anything more about Philadelphia fans checking out when they, number 1, cheered Ben Simmons at the free throw line, 2, cheered Markelle Fultz at the free throw line, and 3, went nuts for a Ben three-pointer last year.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah. I agree. That this is indefensible. Seriously.
He shot both of those shots going into halftime, didn't he? Both of those threes that he did hit.
What, you're saying at the end of the shot, at the end of the clock, like heaves? Possibly. Yeah. I don't know.
Now, Danny Green wasn't even on the floor when they blew that. Wasn't he hurt?
Yeah, he was hurt the whole
right.
Hawks series.
Right. I just don't get it. Like, Danny Green had an up-close personal seat. Like, he had a front row seat to his team dropping a 26-point lead at home, and he had the audacity to turn around and make whatever Ben's mental problems somewhat, not all, but somewhat related to how the fans are here? Now, look, separate us and separate John Clark and separate Kyle Neubeck and separate people that are in media, whatever form of media, and we're in media entertainment more so than the other guys, but separate us, right? I'm not talking about somebody who gets on a radio show or on television or on the stream here, whatever it may be. I'm saying like the true people that do spend their own money, that don't get access via press passes and this other stuff. You're going to tell them not to boo and be upset when their team's dropping a 26-point lead? Get out of here.
To a 4 seed at home.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know how you how can you defend that? Now,
you can. I mean, there's no way we can defend that, but like I said, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about more so about what Ben Simmons and his, total, meltdown the last 3 games. We're talking more about that than the total meltdown of this team for his coaching and everything, blowing 18 and 26-point leads.
Yeah, and Barrett, honestly, and we're coming back, but I think that's a big reason why. I'll tell you, hold on to that point, because I think you raise a really good point.
The Gal Media property in partnership with JAKIB Media.
Free AJ. Free.
This guy has won too much.
The Middle starts now on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Home loans that fit your life. Rocket can.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, we're back on Sports Map Radio, and Barrett had a good point about why, or really what's happening here, and this level of, if you want to talk about it as a distraction or just a departure maybe from the bigger story, which is, hey, Tobias Harris barely showed up if he did at times. Doc Rivers blew yet another series lead. Even Joel Embiid at times didn't, if it's the knee or what, just didn't look like Joel Embiid. There were so many other things to talk about outside of Ben Simmons. And Barrett, not to paraphrase, you can say it, you basically were like, yo, what's going on?
Right. We should talk more about the entire team blowing those type of leads rather than just, harping on Ben. All right, we already know Ben's not going to shoot. We know he's not going to shoot free throws. We know that he just totally effed up the last 3 games of the series. We know this. We know Ben's not going to do this thing, but I had a lot higher expectation of what Doc Rivers was supposed to do,
right?
Or what this team was supposed to do. They were the number 1 seed,
the
number 1 seed. So why are we not talking about that more?
Well, I think the problem is real, and now what you have is a really convenient scapegoat. And again,
right.
I go back to the world of sports. So this is why I feel even stronger, because Barrett, I wholeheartedly agree with you 1,000% that the city, then the people who are talking about the Sixers should be talking about it more of a big picture disappointment. The easiest way to keep that going and stop, or at least prevent the light to coming back on you, is to move on from Simmons and say, see, we appease that vocal minority who insist on talking about Simmons more so than anybody else. Now we can get back to playing basketball. Look, it happens all the time. All the time. That's why I think even more so that they're going to use Simmons as an excuse to kind of keep everybody focused on him. Oh, it's the offseason of Simmons. As opposed to like, oh, hey, you may be stuck with Tobias Harris. You may be stuck with Doc Rivers. You may be stuck with some guys around them that you may not be confident in.
No, you're right. I mean, Doc Rivers is probably, not receiving near as much flack because of that passed up dunk.
You think he has a problem with that?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. If I'm Morey and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm keeping this thing alive as long as possible.
And if I'm the Phillies, I keep this alive.
Right.
I do whatever I can to stoke it.
There's a bunch of passes being given out right now. Bunch of passes given out, man.
Are we sure that John Middleton didn't have somebody leak that report about Malcolm Brogdon in the first round pick?
Right.
Are we sure about that?
Yes.
Maybe it was like Bryce Harper's agent who's, oh man, they're going to talk about my guy not making the All-Star team again.
Yeah.
What's it called? Wag the dog?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that.
Right.
You know what? Everything gets remade anyway, right? That's a perfect thing. Like we should write that script about the sports version of Wag the Dog, where it's like a really bad team or miserable baseball team that's going nowhere and everybody's salivating to rip them, and they create this story.
A distraction.
About, a star basketball player who's on the trade market, and now all of a sudden it picks up for like the next 3 or 4 months and nobody cares about the baseball team.
Right. That's not bad.
Not bad. We can pitch it to Hulu, right?
Oh my goodness.
Hulu?
I mean, look what's going on over there. Don't look at my team. We're getting our ass kicked. Don't look at them. We can't pitch. Don't look at them. We can't hit either. Don't
Nothing
look at
wrong here.
there you go.
All is calm.
There's nothing wrong. We can't score. There's nothing wrong here. Can't play defense. Nothing's wrong right here. You know, he still has what, 10 years left on that contract.
Yeah.
10 years on that contract.
People, why don't people ever talk about Toronto, those bad, awful Raptors fans who booed the drafting of Damon Stoudemire? You know, you never hear about that, right? You hear, oh, Donovan McNabb, they hated it. Guy won Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying, it's not just us, man, who has these, I don't know, bad looks at times. I still don't know what the hell Danny Green is thinking. Still have no idea.
He wasn't, man. He wasn't. He just knew he wasn't coming back next year, so he's gonna say whatever he want to say.
Now, where does he go? Does he go back to LA?
Oh, he'll go somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he'll definitely go somewhere.
I heard that the Lakers are going to get DeMar DeRozan.
I'm seeing a couple things about that also.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's major
in there.
Schroeder is out. Like, there's some major movement. I think they're desperately with Kuzma too. Like, there's some movement.
Kuzma would go to San Antonio. Apparently, Popovich loves him.
Yeah, good, good. Take him.
Yeah,
I'm the Lakers, and just because AD and LeBron aren't going anywhere, but that's what they always do. They're a top heavy team, so they're trying to work out where they can fill that roster. That's why I saw in Miami a lot of these older guys who would take like a little over league minimum just to play and win a ring.
Yeah. It's like the old Karl Malone Stockton thing back in the day. Well, it was more Malone, I guess.
You're right.
He
went chasing, didn't he?
Yeah.
Studios. Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
So here's a question for you based on what we were just talking about in the break here. If you are a free agent, or if you have the ability to control your immediate destination, it used to be, I'll do whatever I can to play with LeBron. Right? It used to be. Now, look, there's still a ton of appeal. If you go play with LeBron, you are automatically bumped up. Your brand, the eyes on you, even if you have like a good game, you'd have to be J.R. Smith level of knucklehead to mess that up as far as all the stuff that's surrounding. And even J.R., his brand went through the roof for a little bit until that one meme where it was like, what the hell are you doing? So it used to be, I think, a slam dunk where it's like, hey, man, if you were going to take a huge pay cut to ensure that you'd win a ring this year, all right, wherever LeBron's playing.
Right.
I don't necessarily know if that's the truth. And again, I say don't necessarily know. I'm not making a statement, but I don't necessarily know if that's the truth anymore. I mean, the obvious answer would be, I think, if you are looking to take a significant pay cut and want to go on and win a ring, you'd go to Brooklyn, I think, right?
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah, I would. Because those three healthy, I don't think anybody beats you.
No.
Yeah.
It's just too much scoring. I mean, how could you?
That would be the spot.
That's the new destination spot now.
You think so? There's nobody else. Like, it's not go play.
What about Denver?
Yeah, Denver's. I just don't know. Like, and Barrett's shaking his head, and I think, and he can speak to this better than anybody, but I think that if you're ring chasing, you have to make sure you're attaching it to somebody that you can already anchor that's won. That's where
that's one. Okay.
Yeah, like Denver, Utah.
Well, what about Phoenix? Let's say Phoenix goes on and wins the championship, which they probably will now.
Yep.
I mean, Chris Paul comes back. I mean, he doesn't look like he's slowing down.
Yep. I agree with you. Phoenix
Right?
is definitely in this conversation. Absolutely. They need a win
Yeah.
in that conversation.
I wouldn't say that because if you had a healthy LeBron and AD, we wouldn't be talking about Phoenix. So I'm saying you either got to go to either coach. You either got to go with the Nets or you got to go with LeBron. I'm not even going to say the Lakers.
A healthy Jamal Murray.
That
I'd say this.
Yeah.
Here's what I'd say, though.
A huge perspective then. Yes, that's totally different.
There is one team, though, that I will fight for and say that if we're talking about guys that are healthy, there is still an appeal in Golden State. It's hard for me to think that Klay Thompson.
We forgot about him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's easy because Klay's been out forever, and Seth had that little run there. But you want to say that people would rather go play with LeBron in LA? Okay, I can see that. You want to say that people would rather go play in Brooklyn because it's Brooklyn, it's New York, plus you have those three. I get it. But I think if we were going to draw a line and say these are the teams that exist versus these are the teams that don't, Phoenix still has to win, and then maybe. But I definitely think Golden State is on that side of yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Three.
That's fair because I forgot about Clay's been gone so long that you forget that he is going to come back at some point.
Yeah,
2 years in a row, and a max contract also. 2 years in a row, so it's love there. I mean, that'd be a perfect destination point for Ben to go.
Yeah,
can you imagine him being there?
He wouldn't need to shoot.
He wouldn't need to shoot.
They've already got enough guys to shoot.
Rebound, bring the ball up the court, kick it out to Curry, and then go rebound.
What do they send back though? That's the issue. You'd have to get a third team involved to get anything back, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I don't want Wiggins.
No, and I don't think that would be the case. I feel like there needs to be a conversation, and I don't know who needs to have this conversation. Like, it would be really cool, and I don't know. I mean, he's forward thinking enough to where I could see this happening, where Daryl Morey hosts some sort of virtual town hall. And it's all, you have to vet this stuff anyway because it's online. You don't want to let just some ignorant person in yelling and spewing stuff. But I think there needs to be, at the very least, some sort of communication between the general fan base here and the front office about how they value Ben Simmons. And again, you can't really have that conversation before you trade him. I understand that. So this
could destroy value.
Right.
But
my point in all of this, fellas, is I think there is a pretty big disconnect between a lot of people in this fan base and the front office about how the value is defined of Ben. And the reason why I bring this up is because you or me or other fans may think Ben's value is A, and the front office thinks Ben's value is B, and they get B back, which is actually great value in return for the trade, but we're expecting something else and thinking, what the hell's going on? They just
They gave him away.
Yeah, and it's not as clear-cut, I think, as Carson Wentz or other guys because Ben is so hard to define. That's all.
Right.
Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah, because I would love, but it wouldn't be a value for the Nuggets though. But I would love to get a Jamal Murray for Ben. I mean, you talking about
Well, what if you got Brogdon in a first-round pick?
Right.
I mean,
I consider it. Yes.
Brogdon on the Sixers with Embiid and Tobias Harris and another shooter or two. That's a pretty good team, right?
That's a really good team. That team could compete even with the Nets, healthy Nets. I like it. I mean, I like that. I like I'm just thinking, man. If you brought up Jamal Murray, man, him being out, if he was healthy, then it wouldn't be a question. It wouldn't even be a question if
the Nuggets are in the finals,
right? It would be a question, exactly.
Yeah, this year. Yeah.
So,
well, hold on a second though, Barrett. Do you think, based on your point earlier about LeBron and AD being healthy, do you think that Denver still beats them
with Jamal Murray?
With everybody healthy?
Oh yeah, everybody.
Everybody healthy.
Everybody's healthy.
That'd be very tough, man. Very, very.
I'd want to watch it. I can tell you that.
Definitely. I mean, I would have to say the Lakers will pull it out then, but I mean that's a battle, man. You got bigs with two different games going on. So I mean, that would be a great game. A great game.
It would. Great series. Oh, we got to congratulate one of our pals today.
Oh yeah, who's that?
Yeah, Mertitas put out a tweet. This was actually a couple of days ago, and I missed it until today. He announced that he's signed a new contract with the Flyers and the Flyers broadcast team.
Well, what was he doing before that?
Well, I think his contract was up,
Yeah.
and he's just sort of re-upped. They re-upped with him, so he's got a job going forth for the next 2-3 years.
Well, how long was the contract initially? Do we know any details about it?
I don't know. What do you want to know? How much he gets paid?
Oh, I want to it sounds like a formality here. Are we celebrating a formality?
Well, he put it out in a tweet, so I'm thinking maybe there might have been some doubt as to whether they were going to renew.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was a cloud.
Rusty resigns back, man. He looks like I'm gonna start calling him Rusty. He looks like Rusty, doesn't he? His name should be Rusty.
Jason?
Yeah.
I could think of a few other ones.
Yeah, seriously.
So
it could be there, but it's not the first one on my list.
Right. I said, congratulations. Does the new contract include the player's entrance access?
Oh, you know what? I'm sure he worked for that.
I would hope so. I'd hope he negotiated that in.
He made sure that was in there.
No, look, congrats to Martinez. I didn't realize that there was a cloud of doubt hanging over him.
There's always a cloud out these days, man.
I signed a contract too, in case you're wondering. By the way,
I did. Congratulations to you too.
Now, is this the QVC?
Yeah. Certified, guest certified, brand certified.
Now, when's your debut?
I don't know. It's probably going to be at the end of this month, I would imagine, because there's a pretty famous brand from locally here that's been on QVC for a long time called TOEPS, right? It's the name of the brand. And they're launching a spin-off brand, if you will, something below that's called Home 365.
Oh, is that their Bobo brand, kind of?
No. It's something specific to home in and outside the home, from home improvement to lighting to electric razors, things like that, like whatever can be used in and around the house as far as to make life easier. So I have a motion light that I was basically given to prepare probably the first product that I'll pitch.
Right.
So again, it's all about making life easier, right? You have a motion light in your attic or your basement, so you don't need to fumble for the flashlight, whatever. So that's basically the start of it. This brand is not expected to launch, I think, officially launch until the end of this month. So I'm looking at end of July, I think, early August, maybe. Probably.
Now, do you go in for training? Like, there's
I worked with a current guest on there who is also local to us. Her name's Megan Murray, and she's pretty well known on the channel as far as a guest for cosmetics and stuff. So I worked with her specifically because we share the same agent, and she trained me. So I went through training with her because I had access to her via our shared agent.
Okay.
I went through the class. They give you this like 3-hour certification class. You have to sit down and pay attention. Luckily, Megan told me all the stuff ahead of time, so I kind of went in there prepared. I did a quick little 5-minute back and forth with a host on there named Pat. She was great, and got the certification, signed the agreement, and I'm good to go.
So you're QVC certified?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
QVC certified.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
I know, me either. Eric Rogers.
That's the thing, yes.
There we go.
How about Eric Rogers checking in?
And I'm trying to put this thing
a union guy. Soccer, man. Soccer all around.
Look at that. And he's right, by the way.
Yeah.
Curtain
he is right.
That keeps on giving back.
Right.
That's it. So I don't mean to overshadow Martinez news here.
It's fine. He's overshadowable.
He's probably all jacked up with the live bet that he had. Remember at the start of the series here?
Yeah, that died last night.
Montreal's a live dog, I tell you. Montreal, they're a live dog.
That died last night.
Last night, I think that dog was already dead, brother.
Well, I mean, it's official. They pulled the plug officially. Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Champa Bay.
It is.
It's Champa Bay.
They've won 2 world championships at home in the span of 6 months?
Yep.
Well, go back to winning 3. They won 3.
Well, I'm just saying in the last 5
won a year before too, right?
Yeah, they're back to back. But the Bucks, they didn't win that at home, I don't think, right? The first cup, did they win that on the road? I forget.
That was in the bubble.
Now, you're right. Exactly.
That was in the bubble.
That was a bubble
in like August.
It was the bubble boy.
Right.
So they've been at. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Bubble boy.
Yeah.
They're winning at home.
Dog, you look at Tampa, man. Tampa's the new up and coming area now. Now, property's going to be skyrocketing out in Tampa now.
Is it?
Got a great football team.
Get Anthony Becht on here. Give us an insight on some real estate.
It's skyrocketing. Trust me, I look at it every day.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, you have family down there, right?
Well,
Henry?
yeah.
Henry in Tampa. You ever hear from him?
No, I don't. I don't know where he lives.
I thought he was in Tampa.
Well, he's in Tampa, but I don't know specifically where.
I don't know what street you didn't get that.
I don't know what neighborhood.
I got a good friend that lives down there. His name's Tad, man. You know, he lives the life, man. He's a musician.
Hold on. We got to break, but tell that story in the break here. All right, and we're back in 3 on Sports Map Radio. Go ahead, sir. And then
He's a musician. Tad's a musician, and he sells Mercedes. He's a salesman for Mercedes.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's living the life, man. Living the life. He's got like a 27-foot boat. I mean, a really nice boat. You know what I'm saying? 2 outboard, 300 horsepower outboards on the back. The boat will haul ass. He can take his boat, go down to you know, what is it, Cuba or Puerto Rico. I mean, he can just fly down there.
Down to the Keys.
Down to the Keys. You know, so I mean, it's.
He got keys coming in from overseas.
Yeah.
Mike Gill just sent out a tweet here about Danny Green.
I imagine if Danny Green was
it's really contrarian, right? Like
was considering coming back, the backlash he'll get today will make him change his mind.
Yeah. I'm telling you, RJ was Gill yesterday. It was unbelievable. I thought I was talking
at him like,
I was like, this is Mike Gill.
Right. I mean, the voice is exactly alike.
It's exactly alike.
You know, I've been trying to work on my laugh, man. I want to get the laugh like your boy. What's his name for the Clippers?
Oh, like
Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, I want to get the Kawhi Leonard laugh.
You think that would be good for your brand? You're gonna bust that out on the first Eagles post game show when the Eagles lose to who are they playing? Atlanta, yeah.
Oh man, that's. I was doing it yesterday where I was just having good time with my grandson, and I started laughing like that. He looked at me. He stopped me. He stopped everything. He mid playing with his toys, stopped and looked at me like, "Papa,
oh yeah,
Papa, what's wrong with you?
Something wrong with you, man."
He said,
he'll look at you like I did a week or so ago.
Oh,
you
yeah.
all right? Are you all right?
And I couldn't believe that, man. At the time, he's looking me straight in my eyes too. I'm like, I can't believe he's doing this. You know what I mean?
Wow, I'll tell you.
I can't wait for the game tonight, man. Can't wait.
Man, I have Booker again projected for 2.24 threes. I went over last time. By the way, the best prop last game was Brook Lopez over 1.5 threes at plus 185.
He had 3, right?
Yes, because he's back out now on the wing.
Yeah.
Automotive lifestyle.
Oops.
What's Bridges stats for threes? He's been throwing it up a little
Getting
bit.
questions. Does Eytan look at the stream anymore? I'm getting that on Twitter.
What do you mean?
Oh, Brace's boy hole checked in on Twitter. So he must be on the stream too.
Well, who is he on the stream?
I don't know.
We put up the super chat. What do you mean?
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Hit us with a super chat. He'll get up there.
Here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right. Sean Mapes is in the house here. So he has undertaken the role of Ron Culver today, which shouldn't be difficult because basically all you need to do is have a pulse.
Right.
And push a button and you can get to where Ron is here. Now, we kid, of course, because he creates promos and does some other stuff. But fake news, you have some creativity. You can kind of go on your own. So
stretch your legs a little bit.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. All right, Sean.
All right, fellas, we start in the UK, where boiling lobsters alive will now no longer be allowed in the UK under welfare rights for crustaceans and mollusks.
Wow.
Just announced or just passed the bill.
Wow. Now, in this world, in this day and age, this is totally believable.
Yes. Although,
like I could see the crustacean lobby outside Parliament, you know, the bunch of lobsters and crabs and stuff and mussels and stuff, all like, you know, lobbying the parliamentarians as they walk into the building.
Yes, just because they have a hard shell does not mean they don't feel pain.
Exactly.
That's gotta be that's not.
It's over quickly though. I mean, you know, you put it in that boiling water, it's like boom, right?
But, you know, you can't because as soon as they die, they start releasing you know, toxins into their body, you know, like, you know, from their waste. You know, the meat spoils immediately. You know, starts spoiling immediately. So you have to cook them quick. It has to be a shock. You have to, you know, get it over with.
Kill them and drop them in there, though? Like, can't you snap their
How
neck?
are you going to kill them? What, lethal injection?
necks.
No, you snap their back, right?
Snap their back.
Yeah.
No, I think that's what the boiling hot water just does. You cut out a step. It's
Yeah.
like kill them with the hot water instead of killing them, then putting them in.
Killing them with breaking snapping a lobster's back should not be such a laborious task that you need to find a shortcut.
How are you going to snap the lobster's back when they got the eyes looking at you? You're going to actually be able to snap that sucker's back. I'd just rather dunk him in a big pot of boiling water.
And they have the hard shell, aforementioned shell, which makes it hard to, you know, get in there and snap it.
Yeah. What if you only half snap it? That's like torturous.
No,
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
not
then
more
what? It's
torturous than boiling alive.
Yeah, it'll be like the Green Mile when they didn't put the sponge in that one dude.
Oh,
right. And his head started cooking.
You guys are horrible, man.
What do you mean?
Just get it over with. Sheesh. Just eat it, damn it.
All right. The next story is in response, and it's the intersection of politics and sports. Outrage. So this bill obviously is very controversial. And in response, some, I guess, anti-animal rights activists, I don't know what you would call them exactly, but they want the right to boil lobsters alive, boil crustaceans alive. So they actually had planned, and the English FA snuff out this plan to stop England's bus, the national team's bus, on their way to the Euro semifinal game. But the England FA outsmarted them. They had an empty bus, a decoy bus with full wrap and stuff on it, and the protesters stopped that one, while a plain Greyhound looking bus was able to make it to the stadium on
So is this
time.
the second story, or is
Yes,
this
This is the second story. So there's a theme. This is a big theme.
And what's crazy is that, well, story 2 can't be real and story 1 be fake.
Right.
So let's hear the third story, then we can apply that logic if at all applicable.
All right. This summer, there's a new place in the running for the worst place on earth. The CEOs of Snapchat, Netflix, Nike, Microsoft, Amazon with Jeff Bezos, Adam Silver, Roger Goodell, Robert Kraft, and Warren Buffett are all going to this meeting. It's almost like it's been called a billionaire summer camp, meeting in Bohemian Grove.
Where is that?
What's the purpose of it, though?
Northern California woods, where the rich and powerful will fly their jets and basically decide, the fate of humanity.
And they're doing this, so this is like the upper crust 1.1 percenters.
It's all the people that have been talking about the Illuminati.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Now they're just out in front of our face, flaunting
Well,
it.
Tom Hanks and Jay-Z have to go to that too, probably. Aren't they part of that? Bill Gates.
They didn't make the press release.
No?
No, they might be in other.
Rothschilds.
You know what's crazy though is to see, like, where is that line? Who doesn't make the cut? I hope it's true, just so we can look at
Kanye doesn't make the cut.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he does.
Do you think Do you think they don't invite Ballmer like on purpose because they're like, we don't want?
Well, nobody wants their thigh grabbed.
Exactly.
Seriously,
Yeah.
seriously. Like, can you
Right.
really trust a man who is so incapable of controlling his emotions that he'll cry and
Right.
scream on the sidelines watching his? Not even Mark Cuban would stoop that low.
Right. He votes by proxy. They put him on a video chat with the rest of the group because nobody wants their thighs grabbed.
Wait, is Cuban a part of this though?
Probably. Unless he's filming a Shark Tank.
All right, so let's look at this here. Story 2 cannot be real unless story 1 is real.
Well, let's hear story 2 again. Did he specifically say that it was the pet or the crustacean thing?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Right,
All
Sean?
Yes, it was in response.
Then I'd have to say story 3
It's in sports.
is fake.
Logically, it'd have to be story 3 is fake.
Right?
Right. But Sean, we have to give Sean more credit than Ron when it comes to just thinking.
We do?
Yeah, I want to say I'm saying story 2 is fake because I think he's going to get us on the connection of story 1. That's no coincidence that there are 2 stories that are connected and a third that is not. So I think it's a trap.
Okay.
I think you want to think 3, but it's really now. I think it's a coin flip between 1 or 2. I'm going to say 2 because 1 does, as Harry said, sound believable in today's time. So I'm going to lock in on 2.
All right, I'm gonna ride with you, Eytan. I'm gonna go 2. That made a lot of sense.
I'm just gonna go 3.
All right.
I'm gonna go 3.
Because you don't want it to be true, or
No, I'm just going out because I don't believe in any of that stuff anyways about the Illuminati and all that stuff.
Well, and also we just made Barrett very hungry for lobsters and crabs.
The
Illuminati
is DJ Clue's mixtape.
Yeah, that's
The
Illuminati.
Illuminati, yeah.
Real quick, we got a break. What's the fake one?
Story 2 was fake.
Oh,
yes.
Look at that.
I finally got a winner.
Yes. Now all you had to do was just tail me, Maze.
Wow.
See? All right, we're back in 3 across the board. We'll take a quick one on the JAKIB Media YouTube page and SportsMap Radio.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull beef jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
In the Wildwoods, our free beaches are spacious and welcoming with plenty of room to spread out. Your seat will be waiting for you when you're ready to visit. The Wildwoods, creating cherished family memories for generations.
Attention women of South Jersey and the Delaware Valley. Sign up right now with Our Lady NRA instructor, Nayara Andrzak, who will teach you gun safety as part of this 3-hour safety class, which is being held at Delaware Valley Sports Center in Philadelphia. For information, drop an email to info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. That's info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. Learn the fundamentals at Delaware Valley Sports Center. You can't miss.
Are you looking for a place to track your action, purchase picks, and share your sports betting analysis with the gambling community? Check out JAKIB Sports, a social media platform with an unparalleled experience catered for the sports betting community. On the JAKIB Sports app, you can track all your NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks while getting real-time updates and injury reports all in one convenient place. Start building your following today and stand out amongst your friends by downloading the JAKIB Sports app on the Apple and Google Play stores. Let's cash some tickets and put it on JAKIB.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. Doc and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at IBEW98.org.
Check this out here.
Oh, look at this. Wow. Now, he's going to have to grow into that. When do you think he'll be able to wear that?
Well, we'll put him in right away. You know, jerseys can be big.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, jerseys can.
Is that the style for babies, big jerseys?
I think it's just the style in general. Even
Oh,
for big baby, it's the style. You know?
We need, when we get back on the air with Sean, I need more info on that meeting. That's story number 3.
Let's do it.
This is The Middle on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right, so the one thing that did pop out of fake news here is this story that Sean found that's real about the 1% of the 1%ers who are meeting to determine the fate of the world. And
at some place, some undisclosed location in Northern California or something. I need more info on this, Sean.
Well, here's what I think. Before we get to Sean, real quick, I think there's a misconception going on here. I think the misconception is that these individuals are meeting to determine the fate of us, when in reality, they are meeting to determine the fate of them. Have you noticed the richest people on the planet are interested in doing one thing and one thing only? That's getting off this planet. That's trying to find life and actually put stuff in space. That's shooting a car up. Elon Musk, all right, has traded everything in to live in a 5,000 square foot trailer, or maybe it's even less than that. He's living in a compartment that you could say would be on a spaceship. Like it's almost like he's preparing himself to live in space until he dies. These are the richest of the rich. And what are they doing? They're trying to get the hell off of here. Bill Gates, Elon Musk.
They all own private islands.
Everybody, yes. So what's next is to get the hell off here, because we realize that
even a private island isn't good enough seclusion.
You you either need to have a private room in some super exquisite, like totally tough club to get into spaceship, or you need to build some sort of livable habitat on Mars. But they're all trying to get out of here. Everybody's trying to get off this planet.
That should tell you something.
Yes.
Right?
We're screwed. Hopefully it'll be our
I hate to do it to you, right? No, man. Come on, man.
They want to get out of here before the Purge movie starts to become actual reality.
Boy, if that's not the biggest deterrent to not watch, is it on TNT or ESPN? I think it's TNT. Like I don't even watch, and I don't know what their goal is, but I can't watch the broadcast. Like I don't even sit through commercials anymore because I'm afraid that I may see that god-awful you wonder why people aren't going back to the movies, because of Purge previews and M. Night movies.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You got something with M. Night, man. He's a Philly guy too, man.
Yeah, I know.
He ain't done nothing for me.
Nothing.
All right, when's the last
He doesn't put money in my bank account, Barrett.
Right. Sixers are better to me than M. Night. All right, I'm going to ride with Joel Embiid before M. Night. No, come on.
I hate to do it to you guys, but M. Night, he actually works with my wife's cousin, man. So she does all the props for his movies.
Well, what the hell? Let's get him on.
I don't know him. I'm saying my cousin do. In fact, you know the inhaler from the movie with the aliens.
Yeah,
the inhaler. That's actually my inhaler.
No way.
Wow. Honest to goodness, that's my inhaler.
Did you get?
I need to borrow your inhaler. We need an inhaler for the scene, for M. Night.
Was your inhaler used in The Judge? The show that we remember the inhaler. The kid had the inhaler. What was that? Was it called The Judge? What was that called, Eytan? I forget the name of it.
Well, Your Honor.
Your Honor. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. The Judge.
You got it that fast.
Your Honor.
From your memory. All right. So what questions did you have for Sean?
I want the link to the article, because sometimes, Ron would send us via text if we sounded really interested in one of the stories. He would send us the link.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I can send you the Business Insider link.
Is that where it's from? Okay. Beautiful. I want to see if I can get invited to this.
I did peruse the article, and it's mostly just using the plane numbers to figure out who is going. So like the CEO of Tyson Chicken is in the mix. And I actually misspoke. It's not in Northern California. It's in where is it? Sun Valley, Idaho.
Oh,
yeah, I'm telling
Valley,
you.
Idaho.
Right, a place that you wouldn't be able to find with an inside information.
At this private, landing strip that all these private planes are on, there are literally cows in the shot of all the.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying here. Sun Valley's airport is so overrun with private jets arriving for summer camp for billionaires that the FAA had to delay incoming planes.
Yeah, you're looking at the same article. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if anybody ever saw this movie, but it's amazing, and you should definitely go back and see it. Do you remember the movie Spies Like Us?
Yes.
Dan Aykroyd
Yes.
and,
Yes.
Right? And Chevy
Chase was in that. Yeah.
So in the beginning, you find out, remember how they get to that secret underground base? It's like, wouldn't you gentlemen like a Pepsi? And then they push the Pepsi machine, and next thing you know, they go in this like ridiculous empty gas or restaurant, like a rest stop, and they push the Pepsi dispenser, and it just doesn't work, right? And it just shoots them down in this super secret elevator, and they walk into like the whole nuclear place where they're deciding the fate of this country and the world, right?
Right.
That's what I feel like. They're going into some Stuckies, and there's nobody at the Stuckies.
Right.
And Bill Gates goes over to Elon Musk. Wouldn't you like a root beer?
Right.
He pushes the thing in, and it's
Yeah.
This is crazy. Now, who the hell didn't make the cut? Do we know?
I know. That's what I want to find out.
Yeah, I mean, I see no mention of Mark Cuban, any of the Sharks, really.
Says tech tycoons like Bezos, Tim Cook, Zuckerberg, Sheryl Sandberg, Satya Nadella, Reed Hastings, and Ted Sarandos have all been invited, while media magnates including David Zaslav, Bob Chapek, and Sherry Redstone are also on the list. I haven't heard of a lot of these people. I don't travel in those circles.
If you're Dave Zalzlak, you want to be the guy who gets invited to the meeting, but guys like us, we don't know. So
right.
You can do
right.
in the darkness.
Two of the sports commissioners, though, Adam Silver and Roger Goodell, are on the list.
Yeah,
well, they have to be on the list.
Those are private. Owners are sending those guys to represent their interests. Like Jerry Jones ain't showing up to this thing.
But there's no baseball. But Manfred ain't on this list. And neither is Bettman.
Do you have any confidence in Rob Manfred making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No, but if I'm a baseball owner and I don't know another sport, I want my representation. Would I send Manfred or would I go myself?
Well, it's a foregone conclusion that those entities will not be in the future. That's what it's saying.
I think you're right. They told baseball owners and only baseball owners, look, man, you ain't going to be around in 5 years.
Right.
We told you. Look, we told you to get steroids back into you, back in the back, cork back in the back. We told you what to do, and you didn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, we need steroids, cork bats. We need, stop playing the shifts. We need these things to happen in order for baseball to come through. That's what we need.
Look, I can see it. There's something to it, man.
We all see it.
We all see it. There were two things that I wanted. Well, one I was going to bring up in overtime, but I just saw this new thing come out. Brandon Lee Gouton has tweeted this about 2 minutes ago at BLG, at Brandon Gouton on Twitter, and it's a screenshot. And this is like a screenshot of a quote tweet. He screenshots Darius Slay's Twitter account. Darius Slay has just retweeted a Dan Orlovsky tweet of Dan Orlovsky's quote on Get Up. You follow me?
Oh, God.
Get Up had Dan Orlovsky on. They put a tweet out of a quote of what Orlovsky said. Orlovsky then quoted the Get Up account, and Darius Slay has since retweeted the quote. And this is it. If the Eagles could go back right now and redo that decision, I'm 100% convinced they would not have taken Jalen Hurts. If Jalen Hurts plays as well as he can't sniff as good as Carson Wentz is. And Darius Slay retweeted this. What's going on here?
Wow.
What?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Uh-oh.
Right.
610.
I
Does Darius Slay want to be here? 610.
He just tweeted Nelson, right? He tweeted Nelson, tried to get Nelson here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's trying to recruit.
Yeah.
But this is, again, I'm not trying to make a mountain off a molehill.
You are. You're great at that. You're great at that.
Wait a second. Why? Okay, so help me out. Why would he retweet that? That's a direct shot at his quarterback.
Yes, direct shot at his quarterback and the organization.
Right. That's a direct shot at Howie Roseman.
Yep. And the organization. So he got that information from Howie Roseman. And that's why he put it out there. So then he put it out there, it got retweeted. He turns around and retweets his
You're saying Orlovsky's basically quoting Howie Roseman's thought process here. If he could redo the deal.
Yep.
Whoa, that's even bigger.
We had do the deal. Now it's redo the deal.
Right.
Redo the deal.
Look, this is the shot for all of you who are watching here on the JAKIB Media YouTube page. Reminder, hit us up with a like. Make sure you subscribe. We're live and local from the Fritz and B and Cooley Law Studios. If you know someone who needs legal help, then contact Brian Fritz directly, a tough lawyer for a tough town. We're sponsored here by Pure Bull Beef Jerky. Get yours now. Go to steersnacks.com. That right there, again, you don't have to retweet that, Barrett.
No.
Like, if Dan Orlovsky just says that and it gets quoted and put on Twitter and get up, okay, I don't even know if I bring that up to you, to be honest with you, because it's just talking about Jalen Hurts. But the fact that Darius Slay retweets it adds a level of intrigue or maybe just concern. I don't know.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people say this on Twitter. Retweets don't necessarily mean endorsements.
But you are.
I was told that's the opposite.
Yeah.
Retweeting means you are endorsing it.
Well, but people
right
put that on their Twitter bios. My retweets, don't necessarily mean I'm endorsing what's saying. I just want to sort of put it out there to my people so that they can see what you're saying.
Right. Okay. I get it now.
You get it?
Yeah.
We want to put a light on. I'm shining a light on what people are saying.
Right.
But this, saying this, I mean, I was telling people from the beginning, Carson Wentz is, when fixed, a better quarterback. Period. Point blank. Bottom line. I tell people that all the time. He's just as good as an athlete as Jalen Hurts. He just needs to get his stuff straight, man. He's broken right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they can unbreak him and fix him, he can still be a very, 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 very good quarterback. We've seen his potential. We've seen where he can do. He played nowhere near what he played like in 2017. Can he get back to that? I don't know.
We got a lot of broken athletes here in Philadelphia.
Yeah. What the hell is going on here, man?
Seriously.
I
guess that's our fault.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we that tough?
Yeah.
No.
We did zap everybody's confidence. We just suck it on out. Remember, Donovan McNabb was broke for a little bit too.
Yeah.
He got broken. They sent him away.
Nolan Patrick for the Flyers is broken.
Right.
You know?
Right. Our goaltender was broke this year.
Yeah, he may not be fixed either.
Right. What is going on with all these broken projects that we have in our sports?
Oh, that was something that was big over July 4th weekend. Carter Hart was apparently bought a really fancy, like Lamborghini type of sports car, or I don't know what it was exactly. And Flyer Nation went crazy because it conjured up Pelly Lindbergh nightmares again.
Oh.
From 83, 84, somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just seems like between the Danny Green thing. Now, I'll say this. I'll give Darius Slay a little bit of room here and not completely vilify this tweet or retweet in the case, and say before we break that this could easily be, and again, it's hard and you kind of remove the benefit of interpretation if you just retweet instead of having the ability to quote tweet and add some context.
Add something to it, yeah.
So I don't want to say this is it or this is not it, but I'll at least leave some room to say that he could very well be retweeting this for receipts, right? He could very well be retweeting this to come back at the end of a 10-6 or 10-7 year and say, Orlovsky, you don't know your ass from your own.
Right, old takes exposed.
Exactly.
Thing. Right.
So I'll at least leave that open. I don't. Yeah, I mean, and look, it very well could be that.
Right.
All right, we got to take a quick one here. We're back in 3 across the board. Overtime coming your way next at the top of the hour. It is the middle.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. The savoring taste of a good bag of beef jerky is so enjoyable at any time of the day, as long as you can find it. Here's what we suggest. Pure Bull Beef Jerky is our answer, and soon it will be yours. Locally produced in the Philadelphia region, this high-quality, healthy protein snack is easy to secure. Go to steersnacks.com, and you'll see hot garlic, tropical heat, Pure Bull dry rub, and our favorite, Huck and Fod. What's that? Huck and Fod. Go now to steersnacks.com.
In the Wildwoods, our free beaches are spacious and welcoming with plenty of room to spread out. Your seat will be waiting for you when you're ready to visit. The Wildwoods, creating cherished family memories for generations.
Attention women of South Jersey and the Delaware Valley. Sign up right now with Our Lady NRA instructor Nayara Andrzak, who will teach you gun safety as part of this 3-hour safety class, which is being held at Delaware Valley Sports Center in Philadelphia. For information, drop an email to info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. That's info@DelawareValleySportsCenter.com. Learn the fundamentals at Delaware Valley Sports Center. You can't miss.
Are you looking for a place to track your action, purchase picks, and share your sports betting analysis with the gambling community? Check out JAKIB Sports, a social media platform with an unparalleled experience catered for the sports betting community. On the JAKIB Sports app, you can track all your NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks while getting real-time updates and injury reports all in one convenient place. Start building your following today and stand out amongst your friends by downloading the JAKIB Sports app on the Apple and Google Play stores. Let's cash some tickets and put it on Book It.
The International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union 98, is a proud sponsor of The Labor Show with J. and Krause every Saturday night from 6 till 8 p.m. IBEW Local 98's highly trained and superbly skilled electricians are the best in the business, setting the highest safety standards in the electrical industry. So when you're planning your next industrial, commercial, or residential project, choose an IBEW Local 98 union contractor. Learn more at IBEW98.org.
I wonder if Dr. Rick is going to be there. He's there right
What,
now.
at this meeting in Sun Valley?
Yeah, Dr. Rick. We all see it. If you guys use your GPS to get here.
Right. Fantastic.
Follow me.
This is The Middle on the SportsMap Radio Network.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage.
Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, here's Eytan Shander, Barrett Brooks, and Harry Mays.
All right. Let's see. Am I riding anything major here on the John Deere?
Oh yeah, you got action.
I got Aaron Wise at plus 3,300. Seamus Power plus 4.
I like Seamus Power.
Got him at plus 4K to win. Hank
Libiota.
Yeah.
Florida State guy.
Took
lefty.
him 10 again. I didn't like the odds. Plus 450 was a little low for me for another back-to-back top 10, but I took him. Looks like Kyle Stanley might be out of the running, right?
Okay.
I don't know if I got him at plus 5. Patrick Rogers at plus 6.
Mm.
And then the sneak one for me, and I'm sure I'm butchering his name. It's Shea Revie.
Ches Reavie.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Ches Reavie at plus 7.
Yeah, he's not French. It's not Shea Revie. It's Ches Reavie.
Where is he from? Argentina?
No, he's American.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
South American.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he from? Do you know?
California or Arizona or something.
And then here's the long shot for you. If this thing hits, then my week is done. If Bryce Garnett, who missed a 2-foot putt only to come back and knock down an 18-foot putt that I don't think John Rahm could hit, is at plus 125 or plus 12,500. Sorry, it was a little bit low. So if I get Bryce Garnett to win this thing,
yeah,
I'm taking a month off.
Oh,
Not
wow.
from the show, I'm just saying from betting. I'll take a day off.
A day off. Yeah, don't give me a month.
Look, I haven't checked the leaderboard yet, but
well, I'm going to check it right now.
Doing well.
Let me check.
Let me check.
What's going on here?
Overtime next. Let's check. Let me check.
Football in Philadelphia is a lifestyle, a passion from birth, and a personal responsibility to know the game. Boo when necessary. And think about E-A-T-L-E-S every second of every minute of every hour of every day. Birds 365 was created for you. Jody Mack, the legendary sports talker, joins forces with NFL insider John McMullen. Birds 365. Start your morning with Johnny Mack and Jody Mack across the JAKIB Media Network. Watch it live on YouTube.
Ches Reeves in the lead.
I love it.
No, and
played him a bunch on DFS too.
Seamus Power is tied for 14th.
Okay.
Bryce Garnett is tied for 43rd at 1 under par with 2 holes to play.
I just need these guys to make the cut, you know?
Yeah. Who else did you say?
I thought
Will Gordon. Did you say Will Gordon?
No, I don't have Will. I thought, hold on a second. I thought that maybe it wasn't Stanley who was out of it. Streelman, I thought.
Oh, Streelman is 1 over.
Okay. Kyle Stanley and Patrick Rogers are the only.
Oh, Rogers, right.
Yeah, Streelman, I think, is out. Aaron Wise, though, I did like him at plus 3,300. That's all.
Okay.
Ches Reavie is actually doing pretty well so far for me in fantasy. Wow, 6 under.
Yeah, he's 6 under. He's in the lead.
Amazing. It's a birdie fest out there. I love it.
Yeah.
Kaziri.
Kazire.
Yeah.
Kazire.
Cam. Now, I took Cam in DFS, but I didn't take him to win. Back-to-back tournaments is really difficult. So
right.
There we have it. There we have. I'm 304 right now, winning some money on DFS. Don't worry, I'll send you the screen cap.
Beautiful.
All right.
Hank Libiota has not teed off yet.
No, a bunch of these guys have not. So I'm in pretty good shape here. But there you have it. That's what I played. I was going to try and get. Well, next week we have the Open, right? So
right.
Or is it 2 weeks?
No, it's next week.
Oh man,
this week is the Scottish, and next week is the Open Championship.
Why are guys playing?
Aaron Wise is even par through 16 holes.
I'm all right. I'm in good shape. Man, what a day today. We had Danny Green come out and basically rip fans, and then Darius Slay in some weird cryptic fashion retweeting a tweet without any context to it.
Yeah.
I had it's funny you guys say Slay's name. The guy that I leave my boat over there on his property. One of his best friends lives like right around the corner from me by this golf course. I mean, I could walk there and be there in like 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And Slay just bought a house over there.
Oh, yeah?
And this is a new area in Voorhees, a new area that every house out there is like huge. Like they start off at like 900 to 1 point something million over in this area. Real nice area there because they're just building it. You know, they're just building the culture center.
And there's a golf course over there?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Which course is it?
What is it called? Crescent.
Woodcrest?
Crescent. I think it's Crescent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Crescent.
Crescent Moon?
No.
Isn't that a porn star?
Yeah.
It's called Crescent Golf Course. Yes. Crescent Golf Course.
Golf. Okay. And where is that specifically?
It's right in Voorhees. In Voorhees.
I'm surprised Harry's never played it.
No, I've never heard of it. I don't go to Jersey. Going to Jersey is like going to a foreign country for me.
It's a lot. It takes a lot. and look,
why you say that? You get cheaper
I
gas
get lost over there. I always get lost.
You need shots before you cross the border.
Yeah,
it's a completely different language you guys talk over.
Yeah,
there
you got to prove that you're vaccinated. It's just a pain in the ass.
Oh my goodness,
dialect,
bro. The gas is cheaper. You can buy liquor on Sundays.
It's Crescent Golf Course. Kresson.
Yeah, Crescent Golf Course.
Yeah, that must be public.
Yeah,
it's got to be public. Yeah.
Then you know Harry's definitely not touching that.
I'm not driving over the bridge for that.
They actually just redid the course. They
did?
Upgraded it. Yeah.
What did Jaws buy it?
You might have.
By the way,
might have.
Did you text Jaws and congratulate him for being
Yes, I did.
inducted
Yes,
in the
I
Hall
did.
of Fame?
Of course I did. He said, "Oh, thanks a lot, brother. Thanks a lot, man. You know how
Nice.
nice he is." Jaws is one of the nicest people on this earth, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
One of the nicest people on this earth.
Yeah, John Shelton. We got to give him one of those.
Uh-oh, what happened?
John Shelton on the stream. Of course, John Shelton's a great golfer. And he's asking us for any Irish Open action. I'm like, the Irish Open was last week, Bo.
It's the Scottish Open, right?
Right.
That's why you see Rory, Xander, a couple of big names out there.
Oh, there's a lot. Everybody's over there.
Mom's over there. All the Europeans are over there, right?
Well, yeah, and a lot of the Americans that are going to play in the Open, they go over there and get used to the time change and acclimated, get reacclimated with links golf.
You look at Don.
Why do we care about this then?
Why do we care about what?
Why is the John Deere even a thing right now? Because if you had the choice, and I don't know, is there some sort of cut you need to make in order to be in the Scottish Open? But if not, if you had the choice, if you know you're playing in the Open Championship next week, and you had the choice of playing in either, why wouldn't you be over in Scotland?
Right. That's a good question. But a lot of these guys that are playing in the John Deere are not qualified for the Open Championship.
Okay, that's what
so it's another week to make money.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And maybe qualify. It's the last chance to qualify. They have a charter jet that sits on the airport right nearby the golf course that immediately leaves with all the players that are qualified to go over, and they fly them over. This
What?
Big plane, yeah.
That's living a life, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that is insane right there.
I like what Don Lewis says. We are cursed. That's why nobody wants to come here.
Right.
You're right, man. Our Philadelphia sports, man, for the past 10 years, with the exception of 2017, has been pretty bad.
Yes, all the way back to the Phillies winning in 08 and losing in 09.
Yep.
You think about what's happened in Tampa Bay, 3 titles in the last 13 months in 2 sports. And they only have, 3 sports. I mean, the Tampa Bay Rays are a very well-run organization.
Yep. Derek Jeter, didn't he buy into that?
I'm not sure. He lives over there. I think he's a Marlins guy.
Oh, Marlins. Okay.
Yeah, he bought into the Marlins.
Yeah. Marlins, yeah. But that's it. I think you're right. There is, wow.
Pretty incredible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Game 1 of the NBA Finals on ABC, up 13% from last year.
Is that right?
Yep.
Now, what do you attribute that to? The fact that it's new blood in the finals and it's reinvigorated some interest. It's not the same old 2 teams.
Well, I'll say this. I think that it is not a coincidence that LeBron James, I don't know who came out with this. I need to find out where the source was. But apparently LeBron James was named the most hated celebrity or I think athlete on
Is that
Twitter.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
So look, LeBron is so popular right now that he has passed the universal love. Like he's way past that, right? And I feel like as much as we talk about LeBron fatigue, like, oh man, do I have to give him another MVP? I think there might be some viewer fatigue from LeBron, but I also think, to your point, yeah, there's new blood. Like there are storylines that the NBA, I think, has successfully pumped up with Chris Paul, with Monty Williams, and with Devin Booker, to where the average fan who is watching the game first and foremost thinks, okay, this is something entertaining.
Right.
Now, if you were only going to watch for LeBron or only going to watch because LeBron isn't there, then I don't think you're the target audience anyway. I just think that has some spillover. That's all. Like, I don't care. LeBron's out there or not. I'm still going to watch it. But I'm trying to find this thing that came out earlier that said he's like the most hated, I think, athlete on Twitter. And look, he's probably the most loved athlete on Twitter at the same time.
It can be both.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
he's looking at some people like a villain, and some people look at him like a hero.
Right.
You know, it's funny you say that because I think Twitter has shown us there used to be people that would disagree, even though we had tons of metrics and data to prove it, that, you know, the loud, outspoken conservative radio host and Rush Limbaugh that more people would listen to him just to hear what he had to say because they dislike him and they're outraged by him, as opposed to his fan base. Like, he had more haters, to use a term, than he had lovers. And people would always discount that. No. Twitter is a perfect light onto a macro of that, where people will go out of their way to insert themselves in a conversation with people they don't even follow just to tell you how outraged they are about something. And
right, or that you're wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Like, look, there's something to that where people will go out of their way. So that's where I do think LeBron does add some intrigue, where nobody's really going to I hate LeBron so much, I'm going to boycott the NBA Finals. No. You're going to watch to hope and root for LeBron.
Root against him. Yeah.
Yes. Which is, at the end of the day, eyes on the set.
Right. I mean, just to, when you look at ratings, people will watch shows just to see how much they hate a show, but it still boosts the ratings of the show that they're getting, because it marks, all right, there's another notch. We watch the show just to show what we hate the show. I mean, it has a lot to do with the way America is, how people. Same thing make you laugh, make you cry. That's my famous saying. Same thing make you laugh, make you cry, because you will continue to watch. Like, I will continue to watch 76ers basketball, even when I was going through the process. I continue to watch it.
Yeah.
People are going to hold you to what you say on the show.
Well, I tell you, John Clark's podcast is getting a lot of attention via this Danny Green thing.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Danny said something that
we love to hate. We love to hate. Not hate. We love to be haters too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He just marked his own coffin here in Philadelphia. He won't be invited back.
I don't think he was coming back anyway.
No, I agree. I think this was his way to kind of throw one more shout and maybe look at a good teammate, Danny Green, sticking up for his guy. But come on, that's ridiculous. All right. Speaking of which, we are out of here and back on Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we'll do it all again. We appreciate you rolling with us. And thank you. Make sure you leave us with a like and subscribe to the JAKIB Media YouTube channel.
Are you looking for a place to track your action, purchase picks, and share your sports betting analysis with the gambling community? Check out JAKIB Sports, a social media platform with an unparalleled experience catered for the sports betting community. On the JAKIB Sports app, you can track all your NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks while getting real-time updates and injury reports all in one convenient place. Start building your following today and stand out amongst your friends by downloading the JAKIB Sports app on the Apple and Google Play stores. Let's cash some tickets and put it on Book It.